Mr. Gomes? We can see the screen. Mm.
Hello.
Hello, yes, we can see the screen and you have audio. You're right to say, just to say to the audience that you're going to present a solution and an innovation. So you're going with the innovation first or with the
I will
idea?
be going with the innovation first, if that's okay with you, because it just
Yes.
makes more to first explain where it comes, where the solution comes from. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, first of
Great.
all, thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Jorge Gomes. I'm the national coordinator for VOST Portugal, and I'm also the European coordinator for VOST Europe. Um, I will start by explaining what is VOST. What does this acronym stand for? And this acronym stands for a Virtual Operations Support Team. And the VOS concept was born in the United States in 2011. The purpose was to create a team of digital volunteers that can help in the communication during crisis and emergencies. VOS teams from 2011 to 2022, of course, that they evolved as everything does. And VOS now are multidisciplinary teams with multiple skills that use social media as a privileged communication channel with citizens. There are currently over 40 VOSTs around the world, and lots of them in Europe and also in South America. What are the core principles for a VOST team? Raising and improving awareness regarding risks, including natural risks such as forest fires, dissemination pedagogy, we'll get into that a bit later, and providing reliable and real-time information during crisis and fighting fake news, so social media monitoring and information management. VOST serves today as a bridge that connects citizens and authorities. The lack of human resources that I'm sure that all practitioners here are very familiar with um, are very these lack of resources, especially during disasters, puts a lot of pressures on authorities to reply to dozens of questions that come from citizens. VOS teams gather those questions, categorize them, and force the most critical ones to get an official response. These bridges creates a trusting environment with citizens that feel heard, clarified, and more informed, and also takes pressure out of the authorities. VOS teams are also a tech partner because we develop rapid solutions for urgent problems. Due to the multidisciplinary characteristics of VOS teams these days, when you include security experts, data scientists, big data analysts, and infrastructure professionals, you can deploy a rapid solution for an unforeseen problem in a matter of hours sometimes. And we'll get into it also a bit later with examples, real examples that were already tested and used. Uh, Furthermore, the code that is used is all in open source. So everything that we develop is developed in open source. It has public repositories and everybody can use it. And so you can just take the code, upgrade it, adapt it, and do whatever you want with it. VOST also serve as a communication partner. We believe that social media platforms can no longer be ignored as an information dissemination channel. VOST teams are digital and social media native with the expertise to communicate on such platforms. And what they do is that they translate sometimes very dull messages that are important into content that is easily spread on social media. Due to the international network that VOS have, uh, we can localize, translate, and adapt messages to serve a multitude of targets and scenarios in very close cooperation with local, national, and supranational authorities. Regarding VOS Portugal, we were born in 2018 during the Monchique wildfires. It was a group of citizens that came together organically to gather information on the ground and post it on Twitter. Then in 2018, also the Hurricane Leslie came to Portugal, and then we started a more organized and large team that monitored the situation in the center of the country before, during, after the passage of Hurricane Leslie through mainland Portugal. Then in 2018, at the end of 2018, we were invited to join VOST Europe, and we became an organization in 2019. In 2020, we took over VOST Europe coordination, and so now we are the ones coordinating VOST Europe as well. We have a multidisciplinary team, and when I say multidisciplinary, I really mean it. We have developers, OSINT experts, civil protection professionals, psychologists, amateur meteorologists, researchers, firefighters, social sciences, data sciences, designers, so communication experts as well. We are all digital native. We are active citizens, so we believe that citizens should criticize, but also present solutions that lead to problem solving, independence, and continuous learning and quick adaptation to new realities. Our motto is working towards invisibility, always with transparency. Our main activities are dissemination, the translation of visual messages to shareable content on social media, monitoring of social networks during an event to identify content that may be useful to the official entities involved, pedagogy in times of peace, so when there's no emergency happening, we produce content that serves citizens to be more aware and risk prepared. We use technology for good with the development of technological solutions in a timely manner that allow more efficient risk management. We fight disinformation on a daily basis, identifying not what is called today fact checking, because fact checking is very focused on politics. What we do is that we identify information that can have an impact or cause social panic, and we clarify that information and correct it. And we also involved in research and development projects. In terms of operations, we have an app and a website which is called fogs.pt, which is a real-time rural fire notification system. This platform already existed before VOST, and it was created and maintained by one of our founders, which is Rompina. This is a website and the app developed in open source, supported by an API. Basically, if you have a point of data where you have real-time information about wildfires, you can get the code and you can clone it, and you have an app and a website ready to go. This will take you something like 30 minutes to get working. We also did a platform, Já não dá para abastecer, which means basically in a rough translation, you can no longer fill up your tank during a dangerous goods driver strike, and I'll get into the results of that in a bit. And we also were invited to be part of the digital response office to COVID-19 of the Portuguese government. And for this, we developed the official website and app, and we did the fact management, the social media monitoring, and the results. And we did this, the website and the app development. The website was online in less than 3 hours, and the app in less than 1 week. During Cyclone Idai in Mozambique, we used crowdsourcing and OSINT techniques. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence, to list and locate people that were unreachable in Beira City. For this, we coordinated with volunteers on the ground, with the Red Cross, International Red Cross, and also with UN. In terms of international cooperation, VOST Portugal cooperates with all the teams in Europe, of course, and the others, but we have a special relationship with all the teams in VOST Spain and France. And recently we did an exercise with the civil protection, which with the Portuguese civil protection that we have a protocol with. And what we did is that we participated in the design of the content for a Terratrem, which is an exercise regarding earthquake awareness, where we used a very current theme, which was the series Squid Game, to actually have people interact with it. In terms of operations, we also developed the Confirm tool that I'm going to present to you in a bit, and also the integrated incident report platform that we have been testing, and we are going to deploy this May. This is a platform that also integrates with Confirm, but it's not ready yet to be presented. So when we talk about dissemination, what we do is that we translate something like a weather warning for maritime agitation into content that people share, basically. So on this year, we were waiting for some mud rain, which is when air from the Sahara mixes with rain, and in Portuguese that is called lama, which is like the animal. So we did this animation where we'd say it's coming rain, and as you can see, the reach of this is very good. We do monitoring using using CrowdTangle and other platforms to identify information. Basically, and what we do is that we try to always be aware, and we monitor social networks almost on a 24/7 basis, and to identify risks, basically. Floods, forest fires, and all that people share on social media these days, we are always try to be aware of that. In terms of pedagogy, these are the main characters of a 10-episode series that we are developing along with Meta. So what's the company that was former Facebook. These episodes are almost ready. We're going to have them being on national television, and they are focused on pedagogy of regarding media literacy and disinformation. And here is the interface that we use of a crowdsourcing platform when we had the dangerous goods drivers strike. Basically, from one day to the other, people uh, could not fill up the tanks. And what we did is that we deployed a crowdsourcing solution where people could actually say that they went to that tank, to that fuel station, and that they could find or not fuel in there. And we also developed an API where fuel providers could inject their information in real time. And also the fight for misinformation. This was a very serious case in Portugal, that we had fake government document with COVID measures being spread around. It was fake, and we actually detected the author of it, and we immediately posted on our social networks that it was fake. This specific case was investigated by the Media Lab, which is a research facility of the university in Portugal, and you can read the report if you access this link here, Media Lab _ VOST PT. And in terms of research and development, we are cooperating with the Joint Research Center of the European Commission. We are involved in a machine learning project in the area of critical information detection on social networks. And this is a project that will extend until 2024. And also with the George Mason University in the United States, where we are researching the use of social media by all stakeholders involved in disaster response, to actually develop products that can meet their needs. So, of course, that you are asking now, okay, this is very great, but does this work? So let's go to the numbers. In 2021, Phogos.pt sent 33 million notifications and had more than 3,100,000 sessions opened on the app in just 1 year. Phogos sends real-time notifications for situational awareness on all social networks and also on the app. The impact of this site for the strike was that we had 2.30 million page views during a few days in April and August, and we had a peak of usage of 169,646 users at the same time on the website, consulting information. This site was used by by the Authority of Civil Protection, national police, local police, firefighters, Red Cross, INAM, which is the emergency service, and others. Regarding a Terra Trem, the exercise that I told you about, we used the Squid Game theme to make some memes. So this one here is the card, but with the gestures that people should have when there's an earthquake. This one says, when you are the only one in the office that already participated in the exercise. And this campaign reached 85,360 people that interacted with the content that we did for this campaign, together with the National Civil Protection. In terms of our current communication and so what we do on the day-to-day on our social networks, in 2021 we reached monthly 3.1 million people, and our most viewed tweet had more than 500,000 views. So this is the power of social media, basically, and we are very active on it, of course, but just for you to have an idea of the numbers that we are talking about. And we are involved in the projects, in European projects like FIRE-Log, and I want to thank Claudia Berstold, which is the project coordinator, for being here today. We have sent cell broadcasts and we are involved in the cell broadcast at the Portuguese Parliament, a discussion that is ongoing, and also on the Code of Practice on Disinformation of the European Commission. We have partnerships with the Joint Research Center, with the Joyce Mission University, with EFAS, with Copernicus, with Web Foundation, with Twitter, with Facebook. And we have a written protocol with INAPS and a cooperation with local and national level police, Center for National Cybersecurity, Public Administration Innovation, and Digital Response Cabinet to COVID-19 of the Portuguese government. And that was the idea. And now I want to talk to you about Confirm, which is the crowd management platform for disaster risk management. So with all of those skills that we have at VOST and with all the knowledge that we have, and one of the things that we found out is that there are people that want to be to participate in society and give something back to society, but they think that the skills that they have are not are not useful, like developers, for instance. We are able to develop all of this technology, open source, and put it out there. Confirm basically was born from a challenge. The challenge, excuse me, the challenge were the COVID restrictions that we had for the Portuguese rally, and the organization received a set of restrictions that had to be in place for the event to actually have spectators on it. The amount of spectators per spectator zone was limited, and it was critical for the authorities, local police and health authorities, that these rules were obeyed. It was critical, of course, for the organization that spectators had a real-time information system that would inform them of the occupancy of the several spectator zones. So there was a lack of an interoperable system and real-time situational awareness tool. It didn't exist. There was a need, of course, for an automatic real-time situational awareness and decision support system that didn't exist. There was a need for an automatic real-time dissemination channel that didn't exist. And there was a need to automatically integrate the information on our platforms, and that didn't exist as well. So we were invited to answer to this challenge, and we developed a concept that basically is a tool that allows for authorities input, decision making at control level, automatic dissemination of information in real time, with open source code, open data format, flexible, adaptable, easy to localize, and easy to use. These were very, very important aspects for everyone involved, for all the stakeholders involved. So we designed something really simple. We designed a solution that would gather information on the ground, send it to a control center, and automatically, without with just one line of written text disseminated to all social networks and messaging apps that were connected, and also creating an open data format that could send this information to other platforms. So authorities on the ground would relay information to decision-making control on occupancy and expected occupancy based on traffic. Privileged users could input from their cell phones the information on real time. So if they were, if these were someone that the privileged user, he would not have to relay any information to control center. He could input the information on real time from the ground. The information received
Just to say
was,
that we have only 2 minutes, please. Can you? Is it okay?
sorry.
Pardon my interruption, but we only have 2 minutes left.
Okay, I'll go faster then. So, so basically, this information is received, and as soon as it is received, the system checks it and sends information to all the social networks that are connected. So basically, you can apply this solution to floods, evacuation scenarios to floods, forest fires, earthquakes, volcanoes, whatever you can think of, or mass gathering events, which was the case. So in this use case, the information was relayed by local police. Race control, which is FIA, was on the decision making, and dissemination was on the dedicated website, social networks, and messaging apps. For you to have an idea, the platform was used by more than 300,000 unique users, and we received 9 million requests on the servers during the 4 days of the rally. This is the information that was sent automatically to messaging apps as Telegram and to Twitter, and with just one line of code. And basically, the confirm tool, you don't need no programming skills. It's text-based commands, easy to set up. It's secure. The information is all encrypted, and the commands are only available to privileged users. It's cost-effective because it really doesn't cost you anything apart from the server. You don't need licenses, and the code is open source. And it's scalable because of the open format, means that confirm that can be integrated with other systems such as Waze for cities. Next steps for this confirm will be used at the Rally Portugal 2022. FIA is thinking of adopting the tool for the WRC Championship. Confirm will be used at other mass events in Portugal in 2022. Back office implementation, which is something that we're doing. And of course, the question is, what will you do with Confirm? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also for both the solution and the confirm idea. I think it is on the same, field like, signalers. So practitioners have to think what are the difference, the pros and cons of its solutions. And without further delay, we would like to go before the lunch break to the last, presentation, the fire system. And I give the floor to Mr. Guillaume to Sargent. Apologies, my friends, but I'm useless with them.
Ce que je voulais, c'est qu'en fait, là, tu m'as
Yes.
mis tout ça. Il y a des forums de Monsieur Pico.
Okay, so
Il faut
the
que
floor is yours,
des forums
Mr. Sargent.